right, so 5th grade, you are going to be working with inspirational words based on the artist Romero Britto. So I'm going to write the word happy and show you how to turn it into block letters so that you can fill it with your patterns and designs. You can write any word that you are inspired by or that you really like, you know, love, smile, peace, anything. I'm going to go with the word happy. So to begin, I start just writing my letters. And I kind of like them to move around a little bit so that they're not all just stagnant and sitting together. From there, I'm going to outline them. I'm going to move on to Sharpie. You would probably want to do this with pencil just to make sure you're happy with the shapes of them. I've done this before. I'm going to go with Sharpie so you can all see it easier. Once I outline or create, then I'm going to come around and I'm going to trace, making a thick outline so that they become block letters. So there's my H, and you can see my pencil lines inside, and then I blocked out around the original. All right, so when you're done outlining your letters, then we're going to break up our background. So when we looked at Romero Britto's work, we saw that there were all of these lines, thick outlines around various shapes in the background. A lot of students talked about it looked like stained glass, or the work reminded them of stained glass. So you can just come in and start to create lines. I'm going to imagine where that one would go all the way through and start breaking up the space into different shapes. Your lines do not need to be the same as mine by any means. And from there, it is time to start adding patterns and colors. I like to work with markers. You can work with crayons, you can work with colored pencils. Colored pencils will be the most time consuming because of how large of a space this is. But you're gonna come through and you're gonna start to use patterns and apply patterns to each one of your sections. Now, if you have the thick markers like I do here, these I like because I can make thin and thick lines. So I'll start doing stripes in my letter A. I should erase my pencil lines first. Most markers will cover pencil lines, but lighter markers won't. So we'll get that out of there. So I want thick lines. So I'm going to use the side of my marker. And I'm going to start to create stripes in my letter A. By working with them on their side. Now, when I come in with my next color, if I used the tip, and I'll just show you this in here, by holding that marker straight up and down, I get skinnier lines. So that's the nice thing about these thick markers. But I'm just going to go ahead and color these spaces in. So that I have a striped pattern in here. Romero did a lot with stripes. He did a lot of variations of polka dot patterns. He also used hearts. So whether he used the heart as the subject of his work or as a section for a pattern or just by hiding a heart somewhere within his work, every piece has a heart within it. So you can think about where or how you would like to incorporate the heart into your design. The other thing he did was he used his initials or his signature as a design. Get that out of there. So I'm going to work with yellow, and I'm just going to fill the entire letter in. And then I can come over, and like I said, he used his initials or his signature, so you can add your initials or your signature in as a pattern. So I'm going to add mine. All throughout. So there is something that you can do. I'm gonna go ahead and finish so that you can see what this looks like completed, and you can add to yours. You can take patterns that I do and use them. You can create your own. Enjoy. So as I'm coloring, if it's a lighter color, a lot of times I will fill in the section and do my patterns on top. If it's a darker color, I can layer my colors, or I can color around things. Most of my sections are going to be filled with patterns. Some few sections can be left as solid colors. Some very few sections can be left with white and a color creating the pattern.